Hi everyone. I just wanted to begin by saying thank you very much for visiting my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you're enjoying the content, please definitely like, subscribe, comment, share. And today a bit of an experiment. I've always wanted to do either like a tree ring pour, but I wanted to do one in a layered cup, which like this, and then one in a split cup, and see which gives me the better results. So I thought, well, it's a perfect opportunity to do it and video the results. So let's get started. So because my split cup only has 3 channels, I'm basically going to be working with these 3 colors. So this is a warm blue, a metallic blue, and that's called marina, but it's like an aquamarine. And I've sort of tried to go with a darker light and then a metallic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer them into my cup first, and then we'll pour it onto this canvas, and then we'll do the split cup and see how that works. So I've layered my cup. I've done a metallic blue, marina, dark warm blue, and I've just layered it up that way. I might have mucked up the rotation at the very end, but anyway, let's just get started. And so this is my cup layered, and now I'm just going to start doing a tree ring pour. So I have got a lot of paint, a thicker paint. So I've worked on almost a 1 to 2.5 ratio here. The cup looks very nice, must admit, looks lovely. So one of the things I did notice, I did a pour, a tree ring pour a couple of days ago, and one of the things I did notice is I used slightly thinner paint, and when I got to the end of the rings, I found that they kind of moved, the paint sort of went back into the center. So that's why I've gone with a slightly thicker paint today, because I want to see if that makes a difference. And now it's just a case of spinning this around. I'm going to try and keep that ring shape as much as I can, but as you can see, I'm a little bit off center, so I'm trying to make sure as I spin my whoops, I've lost my first lot of paint, has gone over the edge. I'm going to push that into that corner more, and then come back out. So I do think, come back into this corner too. I do think the way I laid the colors looks good, because you've got the dark and the light. That's definitely something I wanted, was the light colors, because that sort of seems to help with the ring definition. The next time I do one of these, I want to put paint around the edge so I don't lose as much of my ring, trying to meet my corners. In actual fact, I think I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come up afterwards and put some dark paint around those corners. Does look very nice though. I really do like that color combination. I think that's been a good choice. Actually, you know, because now I've pushed everything, I wonder if I should just keep on going. Sort of trying to make sure you can still see what I'm doing as I'm working the paint. Whoa. That always annoys me when I do something like that. I lose control of it. I drop it a bit. I think it looks good. I don't know if I want to move any more off. I think I'm losing my rings if I keep pushing it. So, gosh. Just wondering if I can sort of blend that dark. And attach it to these ends. Yeah, I think the next time I do one of these, I'm definitely going to put a circle around them. But this was really to experiment with the two, like a layered cup or a split cup. So, but as you're working, you know, as you're doing these things, it's always good to, I suppose, learn, decide what you think, how things can improve. So I think the paint, the amount of paint I have in terms of the thickness is good. And I think if I had more paint, like a paint around the edges, then I think that what you could do is afford to play with your composition more. My cups are getting stuck to the paint. Just trying to match it as much as I can. That's one thing I will definitely do next time, is I'm going to bring more, put paint around it before I start stretching it, that's for sure. Does that look strange, adding those on? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear in the comments. Maybe if I just now move this a little bit to make it feel like it's blended in a bit. But I don't know. Let's see. Because that's my biggest corner. I just feel like I could start stretching some stuff too much. So just start stretching that whole thing and really losing all those nice rings that I've got. So I think I'm going to stay with that now. But I think it looks nice. So I wanted to bring you in, you know, to see it from an aerial view. I do think it looks nice though, like if we go right in there, like, you know, the details on those rings are really pretty. And, you know, when you come to the corner, because I've used the paint that's part of the pour, I think it matches. I think it still looks nice. It doesn't detract too much. So I think I can get away with it. but I do like it. I think it looks good. They're quite fun to do, these things. I like them. So you can see I've got my split cup already, and I'm just going to do exactly the same now, but using the split cup. The only thing that I'm going to do differently, because I thought I may as well, seeing as we're sort of doing a bit of experimenting here, is I had this gold left over from a pour. So I've just thinned it out a little bit, and my plan is, once I've done my ring, I might just put some around the edges and, you know, just to help see if we end up stretching so far or what happens. So yeah, be nice to, just another little experiment to see. So let's get pouring. So that's interesting. My blue, dark blue is coming out a lot slower than my my other colors. I can definitely see quite a difference already. Oh yeah. Who would have thought it would have created such a difference? Keeping your colors so separate. Trying to make sure it still pours right out. Oh, geez. That was close. So a lot has gone off onto the side, and I think that might be because my cups are not totally level. Very interesting. So what I did in this one is I just put one color, one color, one color. So looking at this, I wonder if I should have almost layered my colors. Now I want to put this gold around the edging. See that if that helps us with stretching that paint a bit. Put it on my corners. I have no idea because I've not done these before. I'm much better at flip cups and dirty pours. But I've done lots of tree rings pours on like pots and baubles and things like that. So I understand tree rings. But they're actually quite interesting how different they are on a canvas. I don't know. So I want to try and keep moving that paint around. My plan is to just keep moving that paint around, but not lose too much of my ring shape. So that's my plan. And I don't know if keeping, like putting paint on the corners is going to help me, or it really makes no difference. So I feel like the best part of this is actually that bit in the center. So I've got that big block of blue that isn't really doing anything. So I can afford to lose some of that. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see as I'm moving this paint around. I don't want to go and lose too much of that blue now, because if I lose more of that blue, then it's going to look like, I'm going to have this big kind of metallic blue section that really doesn't mean anything. So I think I've tipped enough now. So first observations is definitely helped, I think, for having paint on the edge. That definitely helped me. So I would repeat that, no question. Do I think it makes any difference with a split cup? I don't know. Not really. I actually not sure if I don't prefer the other one, where it's the layered cup. So my gold hasn't totally gone over the edges, which is a bit annoying. So but luckily I have got quite a bit left in my cup, so I'm just cleaning up those corners. I do like this. I think it's nice. Do I think there's a big difference between a split cup and a... Maybe it's the way I've used a split cup. Again, anyone want to comment? Happy to hear feedback. I might go and look at some other videos and try and understand. There should have been a difference. But what I can straight off is see how I've got a big blue, a big dark blue, a big marine color. So I didn't get the true blending like I did with the other one. And like I say, hands down, going forward, when I do these, I'm going to make sure I've got paint around my edge. And I probably would use a paint that's part of the ring pour. So, you know, like I put a dark on. I probably would have, if I did this again, I probably would put the dark paint around the sides. I mean, I don't think it looks terrible with the gold, but it does look a little bit like it's unrelated. Not so much where it's blended here, so that's okay. But you know, these are just, everything's about improvement, so this is just ways I would tweak it. So I'll definitely do one of those to show you. But not unhappy. I think this looks nice. So I wanted to bring you in. This is the end result. I'll be interested to see how it dries. And just take you in for some of that close-up detail. Like, I do think it looks really nice. And I like the gold on the edges. I think that gives it another dimension, I guess. And I quite like how it's merged there. And I think it's done it in the other corner as well. Try and go a bit slow so it doesn't make you feel sick as I roar around the canvas. It is nice, different, but still I think they look really nice.